All right. Welcome to Fun Friday with Jim and Dee. And today is going to have a special guest, Orlando. And as I'm doing that last bit of things that I have to do behind the scenes, I do want to let you know that you can also reach us on Tora3.com. Do a search for Q the More You Know, and then you'll find this broadcast if it didn't pop up in your feed already. Right now, I am got to go and put us in one more spot, and then we're going to get started. And actually, I am going to unmute our special guest who is here right now, Orlando.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How you?
I'm doing good. You can raise that volume up just a little bit because I know that I am like way louder than you, and I don't want that.
Okay. How's that?
A little bit more. Up a little bit.
Check 1, 2.
You're still really, really low.
I don't know
Then
what
I
I'm
am
doing.
way louder than you, and I don't want that. Okay, hang on one second. I'm hearing an echo, and I think I know where it's coming from. Just give me 1 second to. I don't think I know where it's coming from, honestly. I thought I did, but I don't. I'm going to go ahead and close out all these windows just to make sure that I'm not in there. And back to the room. I shall come back. Come back. No, do not go into do not respond mode. Sometimes it can be a real pain. All right. I'm looking and I'm seeing, hey, American Broadcasting Community is in the house, and Uncle Bot Bones is in the house. And I am going to take this off right here. There we go. Now you can see the screen, and you can see both myself and Orlando down there. We're the tiny little people in the bottom of the screen. And we should have one more guest who will be here momentarily. Yay! And Baby Fist is here too. Hello, friends. All right, as always, we're going to start with prayer, and then we'll continue to do the other things that we do. So let's do this first. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the many blessings that you give us each and every day. Continue to be with those that are fighting illnesses, including cancer, Father God. Give them strength through the chemotherapy. Keep them well and healthy through that as well, Father God. And I ask a special anointing of the scriptures that you have chosen for me to go and share today. Father, I ask a protection for our president. I ask a protection for all the leaders. And Father, just be with each and every one of us. And I ask it all in your heavenly name. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen and amen. All right. Let's get a sound check right fast. In the I shall say this again. In the chat room, if you can hear me, give me a 5-5, and then we're going to wait about 40 seconds to see whether or not it's announced. And then, yep, because now I'm getting the amen. They heard the prayer. And then I'm going to ask for a 5-5 for Orlando on whether or not you guys can hear him. And this is where we pause. And let me give the on hold music. Do 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 do. All right, Babyface says 5-5. Now it's Orlando's turn.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
You're very, very low, Orlando.
Check 1, 2.
All right, now we'll go the on hold music again. Do 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 do. And we'll finally get something here in just a minute. A bit low for Orlando.
Oh man.
Wait a minute. I saw yours go up.
Check.
When you went.
Check.
Now hold it. You made that noise, and then I heard you.
Check. Oh wow.
Let's see. Hang on. Let's see what happens now. Because they're behind us and being able to respond, so we just have to be patient.
Check.
It's a hard thing to be sometimes. A bit low as it was just a few minutes ago, so we're waiting. Well, I forgot to do the on hold music.
Check.
Do 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 do. Okay, a 3-5, a slight echo.
Check.
I want them to be able to hear you for sure.
Okay. How's that?
Baby Fist will answer. He's our audio guy today.
I'm sorry. Headset.
The only other thing that I could think of is the little wheel on the settings. But you said it was echoing whenever you were adjusting it there, or were you doing the settings in the computer?
I was doing the settings on the link you sent me, and I just
Okay.
did the settings on my computer right now.
Okay. It looks like there's more volume.
Okay.
But we'll find out from our audio guy, Baby Fist, in just a moment, folks.
All right.
I think he's like 30 seconds behind us, maybe 20 to 30 seconds behind us.
I hear somebody.
Yes, that's my grandson that's in the background laughing. You're going to have to get up and go to another part of the house if you're going to be laughing. Okay. Watching videos.
He says you are close to even.
We're close to even? All right. Yay! Raise the roof. Whoop, whoop. All right. Orlando just has acquired a voice. In other words, that's a nice way of him saying, "You're a big mouth, D."
Down little.
I don't know if I can turn mine down. Well, I'd have to go into the settings to turn mine down. I don't think I can turn it down from here. No, I can't. I would have to go into the settings. So let me see. Okay, I'll try and turn me down. You pay attention to chat, and I will go. Yeah, Baby Fist, that was funny, huh? You be funny man. You a funny man. Yeah, I got a big mouth. I know that. No, I've been told that, especially in gatherings, and they're like, "You need a microphone?" Nah, they can hear me in the back of the room. I don't need a microphone. You can use it, but I don't need it. Just waiting right now to get the settings done.
I could speak up. I could project my voice. You know, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
And just realize I'm going to be let me yeah, I'm going to take this off so that it's just us on here, because they really don't need to see how I do my settings. Oh my goodness. All right. I just have to turn mine down. No, bring me down.
I'm sharing right now. I'm sharing your YouTube channel one for the show.
Awesome.
Yeah. While we wait.
All right. Yeah. Well, I thought sound control panel, I guess, is where I gotta go. Sometimes. Yeah, I wish it was a way to go and do it on the, let's see, recording, microphone. Come on. Oh, yeah, levels. There we go. How about now, guys? Is that better? Is that oh, let me take the boost off. How about that? Take the boost off. Is that better? Or too low?
You're quieter.
Okay, I'm good now without having the boost on.
Yeah, I had to turn you up. All right.
All right, I think we're good. Let's make sure.
Don't want to scare your kids, Orlando, with you.
Don't want to scare the kids, Orlando.
They're used to it. They're used to. My kids are used to. Yeah, I'm sometimes like a drill instructor. You know, sometimes.
There you go. Okay. Well, golden. All right. Awesome. I'm going to close that out, and remember when I get ready to record later on, I'll have to be turning that up again. All right, now I should have both. Oh, all right. Let's go back here. There we go. Now we're little people again until Jim comes, and then we're all gonna be little people in the middle, or I may just change it. All right, we're gonna start out with a scripture. No, yes, I already prayed, so we are gonna start out with a scripture. Man, sometimes I look and I see the comments that are in the room, and it just tickles me. I love you guys so much. All right, there was one other thing that I needed to do before I get started with the scripture. It's like the sound thing threw me off. So let's go ahead and copy this. And I always try to share. We get more viewership when I share on uh when I share Torah on pilled.net. We seem to get more viewership when you go and share like that. Just a heads up hint for you guys. And put the title there and hit and our numbers will jump in that room. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, we are going to do the scripture now because I am done with all of the fiddling faddling. All right, Hebrews 3 verse 4, it says, "For every house is built by some man, but he that built all things is God." Love that. Absolutely love that. And then we have 2 Corinthians 10, verses 17 and 18. And it reads like this: "But he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord, for not he that committeth himself is approved, but whom the Lord commendeth." Did I say commendeth? Yes, I now I'm saying commendeth. Okay. 2 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 10, verses 17 and 18. There are so many things that are going on right now. We need to be armored up. We need to be in his word. We need to be listening when he's talking to us and know that a hedge of protection is to be had over all, and be praying for that, for your family, for your friends, because and it really does help having that communication, being able to hear what it is that he's saying. I do want to say something to Orlando. It's an encouraging word for you, Orlando, because you and I have talked many, many times, and then I'll do my disclaimer about family members and how discouraging it is that you're trying to red pill them and they're not listening and all this stuff. Don't stop,
Okay.
because I am so glad that, and it wasn't me. That's the whole thing. This isn't, you're laying a foundation, you're planting a seed. It was somebody from their church who shared a video, and they called me and said, "Well, is this what you've been talking about?" And I'm like, "Yes, it is what I've been talking about." So don't be discouraged. It's going to happen in God's timing, not our timing.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
Thank you.
You're low again, just saying.
Oh, check, check.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Oh
don't
man.
know. It is what it is. Hello, Debbie White. Thank you for being here this afternoon, and for all the others who are here as well. We'll call them lurkers because they don't go and type, but I do know you're there. Absolutely. All right, let me do my content disclaimer so that I don't get the YouTube, those things that they like to do. The views and opinions expressed in the media or comments on this channel are those of the speakers and authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcaster. And I'm not going to read the rest, but you can clearly see it on your screen. Just remember that I do a lot of quoting of people. So that's how I'm going to leave that. Very, very much so. All right. We have here next about those guys. Have you guys been paying attention to those guys? That's how I'm going to go and say it for now, because you can't really go and say what it is that you want to say. Sometimes I'm going to pull this up so that you can go and see. those guys. Um, and I highly recommend this particular thing right here. Download your PDF as soon as you are able to download the PDF of this if you have not done this already, because um, there were several days when this was down and I wasn't able to look up certain things that I needed to look up. But once you download this, you're able to look up things. So if you don't have that letter there, the PDF, I strongly encourage you to do so. All right. We have so many things going on. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Tiger Network, if you haven't signed up, please do so. I have a link here. Oh, that reminds me. Let me go and throw that in the chat room right now because I did not put it online yet. I'll do that later. But I'm going to go and put the little tiny link in the chat room so that you can go and follow along if you want to. And we're going to put it in. Where's it at? Where's the chat room here? Okay. And I'm also going to throw it in the Tiger Network chat room as well. Okay, now we can do this. All right. Ooh. If you're looking for me on the Tiger Network, which is Tora3.com, you can go to Q the More You Know. That is my handle. What is yours, Orlando? He's typing. I can't hear you. I hear no sound. There's no sound again. What in the world?
Now, how about now?
Okay, now we got you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The website is usbsinc.com. Coming soon. Very
Yes.
soon.
Yes. That's a behind the scenes kind of thing. Yeah. We'll have that one and we'll have the other one. You remember what the other one is?
Oh, it's right now it's Instagram.com / USBs Inc. And if you want to order honey or bee butter, just send a message. But in the future, there will be, it's confirmed, there's a website getting built. It's awesome. I'm excited. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm going to back up the bus again. And we're going to talk about P2P printing. If you've not visited that site lately, I so encourage you to do so. And it is the number 2, pprinting.com. We just talked about the USBs Inc. And you can also reach Orlando via phone at 912-467-2124 until we get that site up. Whoop, whoop. That's going to be great. Like the tiger says, great.
Yeah.
And of course, my friend, your friend, Baby Fist, and American Broadcasting Community, real news from real people. And you can reach that by going to abcu8.co. And for a limited time, you can still get 4 free stocks when you make a deposit at Webull. And maybe make some money. My son has been making quite a bit. And I was like really floored. He goes, "Guess how much money I made today? Guess how much money I made today?" I'm like, I have no clue. So I think it was like on Monday or Tuesday, he made $5,000 in 5 minutes. And I was like, "Geez Louise, what in the world?" So if you want to, you can do that. You are not required to do any of that. And I've been told that I need to go and tell people how to get a hold of me. So let's do that. This used to be the letter that represents that number, but I changed it to try not to um, be a part of that bye-bye mode. I heard that they're sort of messing with that P word, so I need to have to be careful with that. But you'll find that at this right here, YouTube, okay? I think I've changed the picture. I'll have to go and update these. And then you have twitch.tv, D Stevens voice, the number 4, while you, same for D Live. And well, Periscope, I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be around, But I do know this much. Sometimes I broadcast there, sometimes I don't. And there's a reason for that as well. They're tied to the organization that blocked our duly elected president. And I'm doing it in different voices because of the fact that, well, I want to make sure I stay on there. And we know that this is down right now, but this is how you get a hold of me whenever. Yes, they are going offline soon. Thank you very much, Baby Fist. They're supposed to the last I heard they were going to integrate it somehow into the system. I, I don't know. They may be changing it after losing billions of dollars over the past few days. I'm not happy for that, but at the same time, I sort of am because they should have known better to do what they did. That's not a cool business move. Okay. And again, that is Dee Stevens' voice for you on the screen. And if you have not signed up for this particular site, I strongly encourage you to do so. A lot of our people that we followed on the other platform are now hanging out here. And that is We Go Social. You can find me under Dee Stevens' voice for you. Now, this was pretty interesting to me. I'm going to hit some of these things and wait for Jim. And I don't know if you guys heard about Roger Stone's wife being attacked by some cuckoo person. And it's going to require surgery. This is that what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right, spiritual and yet physical kind of thing that's going on in the world that we know. If you could pray for her and pray for anybody who's being led to attack people. This is not how we grew up. This is not the America that I remember. It's cuckoo. It just is cuckoo. Now, I don't know if you had heard about this, and I have to be very, very careful with this one because even if I read this particular tweet, this is what gave me a copyright strike because they called it medical misinformation. Anytime you talk about this right here in regards to people not being here anymore, that's when they start to go and yeah, I see it now turning yellow. So we're just going to leave this right here. Do your own research. The New York Post actually wrote this in regards to what is happening in Norway. Okay. This is the actual link to it. This is it on Twitter. David J. Harris, he has a message, and that one I'm going to let you guys go and look up and check out because I know what I can say and I know what I can't say. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Debbie White says also the well, if you're in the chat room, you can see it. I'm just gonna I gotta be careful. It's so crazy. Okay. Henry Davis has a very interesting video that you can listen to where he is saying that he was out there at that particular place right here, and it didn't happen the way that everybody's saying that it happened. And I'll leave it like that. You've got this confession about that protest, that it was set up. He doesn't say who he got paid to do what it is that he did, but I'm sure that if we dug a little deeper and could get some facial recognition going on, we'd find out that he was at other areas doing the same thing that he did. And I am going to play I'm going to play this one. I'm going to let you guys know up front. He's salty His name is Salty, but he is salty in how he approaches things. So his language is very colorful. And if I click on this YouTube link and it's not there, I haven't downloaded because of the fact that it's like, wow. But the title, and I quote, the title is Biden cancels inauguration rehearsal and DC trip over security concerns. So I don't know if you guys have heard this one or seen this one, but let's watch it together.
Well, friends, you might notice a slight change to the tone of this channel since I'm trying to save all that YouTube's money out there. Don't worry, Susan Wojcicki. I love the Democrats' party so much. I can't wait to see my new president inaugurated, my friends. The most popular president of all time. 83 million totally legitimate, super duper for serial votes, my friends. No wonkiness could have possibly happened during this election because, of course, I was told by motherfucking NASA that it's the cleanest election of all time. So I can't wait to see my dude inaugurate. I can't wait to go to the parade. Oh no, they shut the parade down. They pulled all the stands down. There won't be a Joe Biden inauguration downtown K Street. That sucks, boys. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm sure I'm going to go down there. Well, I'm not going down there. I ain't going anywhere near fucking Washington, D.C. Well, I'm hoping that they live stream his inauguration in the Washington Mall. I'm sure that's going to be a very fiesta-like party, my friends. Oh, no, you ain't gonna do that either, huh? Not allowed to go down there during the fucking... Holy... What is going on here? This is the most popular president of all time. Well, can you at least, I don't know, maybe... I needs to see my president, my friends. I know that he's so popular that he didn't need to do any rounds during the election cycle, but I'm having some serious Hunter Biden, Joe Biden-like cocaine view withdrawals. Please at least live stream the rehearsal for the inauguration. Oh no, that's been canceled too. What is going on over here? Fuck you. These people on the left. They're like, hey, this is like totally not a coup, everybody. This is like the most popular president of all time. But we shut everything down. And the only people who are allowed in the Washington, D.C. mall during this are 30 fucking thousand UN troops at this point. I want all of these people certified, verified, and bona fide. Go grab the insignia on any of these people who are now carrying M4 carbines in this area. And I want proof that these are fucking Americans. I want proof that this is our military. I want to make sure they're all hiding behind Wu Flu masks. Pull that motherfucker down and see if these people got CCP insignia on their fucking face. Because I want to be 100% clear. This better not be a fucking takeover, boys. This better not be a takeover. But it's looking like a takeover. Take a look at this. We're over here at Politico. Biden inauguration rehearsal is postponed due to security threats. Also, the president-elect's Amtrak trip to Washington planned for Monday has also been canceled. They canceling everything. Wait, how come this dude can't do rehearsal in Washington, D.C. when Washington, D.C. is the most locked down place on this planet? We've given the Vatican a run for the money when it comes to security. There are more troops per square inch in this fucking area of this country than we've ever had on this planet anywhere. But it's still not safe for him to go down to, friends. They are worried about Marge and the MAGA boys. There's not a fucking MAGA bird. Everybody who voted conservative knows that Washington, D.C. is a viper's nest, that Washington, D.C. is a fucking trap. Ain't a single one of us anywhere near this place. And you guys got satellites, you guys got orbital space stations, you've got snipers, you got dudes on the street, plainclothes cops, you got 30,000 troops in this area, and it's still too dangerous for Joe Biden to go into this area. I seem to remember my dude walking right the fuck into North Korea. He was like a big dick swinging. Oh, we've been at war with this place for generations. This dude's been threatening to nuclear wipe us off the planet forever. I'm just gonna walk the fuck over this demilitarized zone. Yeah, boys, yeah. But there you have it. Something clearly is not up to snuff. Something is clearly not matching up with the rhetoric. Something is going down. These people know something that they're not letting us know about. What is it? What are you so scared about, Joe Biden? What could you be possibly worried about? Again, the most popular president of all time, surrounded by 30 plus fucking thousand troops. Who's going to get you? Who's going to get you? The most damage that was done on January 6th, I thought you arrested all of those people. I saw you arrest the dude who took Nancy Pelosi's podium. I saw you arrest the dude who sat at Nancy Pelosi's desk. I saw you arrest the dude who took a shit in Adam Schiff's dresser. I saw you guys. You arrested all of those people. How deep does the Donald Trump terrorist loyalism of his racist supporters go? How deep is it, boys? How deep? They didn't get everybody? There's still an ominous threat to the most popular president of all time that they can't have any type of festivities. He can't be out in public. Fuck, is this motherfucker even alive? I was worried about Donald Trump. I wanted proof of life of Donald Trump. Well, now, motherfuckers, I'm sitting there going, where's my proof of life of Joe Biden? Did Kamala Harris already get this dude? Did she push this motherfucker down a flight of steps? What is going on over here? None of this makes any sense. I think we in for a hell of a fucking... What we got? We got 5 days left. I'm telling you. What the hell is going to happen in 5 days? I don't know, but I will be broadcasting it for you. We're going to try and get a live stream up today. My internet is still... I will explain it during the live stream. My internet is this is the worst possible time to find out that my internet was poorly placed into my house. But there you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching the video. Support the channel. If you want to be kept up to date on whatever the hell we're calling this. One side's calling this a coup. The other side's calling this is the coronation of the most popular president of all time. I don't know, but we'll be broadcasting it. Everybody, make way, because the salt must flow.
Oh, the salt must flow, indeed. What do you think about that? Now, you got to put your 2 cents in there.
Yeah, that was funny. I didn't know that. Is it true? Somebody pooped in the...
That's twice now I've heard about the crapping
I never
thing.
heard what that was.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's ask the room. Anybody else heard about the crapping in the, in the dresser? Oh my God. Oh, it's too funny. He is very spicy indeed. Not for everyone's taste, but he definitely has some. Yeah, baby fist has heard it. So, and if baby fist has heard it, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he knows. He knows.
Wow.
He knows. Okay. All right. Just say. All right. Now we're going to talk about, and hopefully Jim will come in on this, how is censorship affecting you and your business? If you're out there and you're seeing what's going on, because we use social media a lot in businesses. I mean, we've been at that age for a long time. We started doing it in radio as soon as there was a Facebook. We started, getting listeners through Facebook. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how we were doing it. So, and I know that you have an Instagram. So, how is it affecting your business?
I'm not really sure. I mean, when I just started this business in 2016, and I started online sales, I think in the middle of 2017, and I started getting involved with like studying, reading this stuff that's been going on around the same time too. So I'm not really sure if me being censored, like I don't really understand. How could I explain it? Like I don't know if I actually was affected by it yet. I do notice that I used to have people that would sell like a case of honey, family members. They want to sell a case of honey. They're not able to sell anymore because they're not working, and they used to sell it at their work. So as far as things like that, like outside, but with my Instagram, it's been about the same. I haven't really noticed anything as far as that, but what's affected me more was this lockdowns.
Okay. And I know that you do have advertisement as far as you have a Facebook page as well, right?
I do, yes, I do.
Okay.
So, but Nobody's ordered from there. They've been ordering from Instagram, uh,
Okay.
and but I haven't really seen any as far as any effect from the not yet. I mean, I think I really don't think I don't see a reason why anybody would. I mean, if people that buy honey from me or the bee
Mm,
butter, I mean, they know
yeah.
who I am. So, I mean, I put myself out there, uh, not for that reason, but I mean, if they want to buy the bee butter or honey, they know how to get in contact with me. So I don't see where that's going to be like an issue for me yet. I mean, maybe in the future. Uh,
Right.
my company makes most of the money from pollination services, which is what I'm going to be working on in the next couple of weeks, getting my bees ready and moving them up for almond pollination. Uh,
Aha. And that I will need for you to write down so
mhm.
that we can put that in the description on your website.
Oh, okay.
That's a service that you offer.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Just saying.
Gotcha.
You make sure to use it the to your advantage. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, how many other pollinators are there where you're at?
Um, well, there's commercial beekeepers, from what I understand, the United States. I'm not a considered commercial beekeeper. I'm
Hmm.
considered a hobbyist because uh,
Okay.
commercial beekeepers are, I think it's 500 hives or more, and there's about 600 to 700, I think, commercial beekeepers in the United States, and there's a
Wow.
lot of hobbyists, and I have right now between it's like 120, 130 hives right now that I have, but I kind of act like a commercial beekeeper because I work. The people that I hang out with in the beekeeping, they're all
Right.
commercial beekeepers, with the exception of a couple that I meet. I'm on Facebook. I'm part of like a beekeeping and the local things, and sometimes I meet some of those people online, or they send me a question or something. But besides that, it's all commercial beekeeping people I hang out with. Um,
Wow.
yeah.
That's a good thing though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. They hire me. I know how to make queens, so sometimes they hire me, and I'll make a couple thousand queens for them, and that's really easy, a lot easier than working on the actual hives. The hives. It's a little bit more difficult for me, but the hives are, sometimes they get pretty heavy when there's a lot of honey or a lot of population, bee population inside of them.
Right.
They get pretty heavy. So, but when you make queens, you don't have to lift anything up. So yeah. Uh,
Sorry, as I'm talking to you, I'm moving things around because I've been looking up at the screen right here, and I'm like, getting a kick in my neck, and I know it's like, oh, so I moved you down to this screen, and
uh,
now I have to figure out how to get this where I just switch it off. Where when I share, I'll share the top one. So what I'm going to do is change my share. So give me 1 second on that. This way, this way I can just got to make sure that certain things don't pop up. Okay, now why is it doing that? I have no idea. It's flashing.
yeah. Hi, everybody in the room. If I haven't said hi.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna have to move that down because there's everybody that's on the screen, but we'll move that down so I can go and see it down here. Okay, let's see if we can pull this back up. Still waiting on Jim, but I do know that he was supposed to be driving. Don't know where to, so don't ask. There actually are people who go and ask that question sometimes. It's like, well,
Uh,
where's Jim at? It's the Jim and Dee show. I know, right? But sometimes things happen. Like doctor's appointment. Life happens. Life happens, and we have to be very aware of the life happening thing. I I can't really say that it has affected my business because I'm unemployed. Um, so occasionally I do voice work, but I have to do it from home anyways.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that there's somebody else out there that has has been affected by that. Yes, life does happen. And Baby Fist, I'd love for you to join in on the conversation. Um, Give me 1 second. I gotta to be able to send you this. I have to stop sharing my screen because I don't want to. What's that word? I don't want to.
Ox.
Yes, I don't want to dox myself. And
Yeah.
let's see. I have to go back down here and get the invite. Copy the invite. I sort of like this a lot better than OBS, even though I can't do the bells and whistles kind of stuff,
Mhm.
because I'm going to have to work on that and see if there's a way for me to be able to do that through this. I mean, I know how, but I also know that in doing this, it's sorry, doing two things at once. Um in doing it, it takes a lot of stuff going with the computer, and when I'm sharing different things, I'm going to have to set it up so I have a third screen or at least um another computer to be able to do things and not look like I'm looking all over the place.
Uh-huh.
But it is what it is. Yes, I'm using Restream right now, and I did send you in our special comms a link. So if you would hop on and tell us your experience, that would be wonderful. It is what it is. I did ask Miss B to come in, but Miss B did say that she had some stuff going on, but she would be in the room with us, and she's here. Yes, she is. It's an awesome, awesome thing to have her here, and everybody here in the chat room that we are in, for sure, for sure. And let's see if we can go and do that. And again, we're still waiting on Jim, and Tiresome is having a conversation. Everything okay?
I just talked to my USB's Inc. manager,
Yes,
and
yes.
he was telling me that the sales are slower. The 8 coon sales are slower than
Okay.
months ago.
And
So
that might be too that that particular platform has been um under attack recently as well. Hang on, let me go ahead and bring Baby Fist in. There he is. Hey, how you doing? You look marvelous. Let's see if we can hear you.
Not right now. I gotta configure my mic.
Okay, all right. Well, I heard you.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Man, oh man. I know that we all have gone through some sort of thing since this has all began. And once the censorship started getting really hot and heavy, where you're getting these ridiculous strikes, or you're getting uh removed, there we go. Removed. it's it makes it a lot harder. I've even uh had some difficulty on certain platforms airing the scripture of the day. Go figure.
Wow.
Isn't
They're
there a
trying to
freedom for
remove
religion, I believe?
no,
You
they're trying to
know?
remove the big guy.
Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. I'm just saying.
Man.
All right, tell us how it's affected your business.
Well, as far as ABCU goes, I won't talk about other work I do, but as far as ABCU goes, it is first, let's start at the beginning of ABCU. You know, I started ABCU on. Uh, Sorry, hold on. I'm hearing myself. Okay. Um, I started on 8kun due to
Mhm.
free speech, and it's one of the last places that free speech exists. And, you know, that's where a lot of these like minded people could be found on alternative platforms to begin with. So I started there, and then eventually I created, you know, all the social medias. I had a LinkedIn, I had a Facebook, I had a Twitter, I had a Clout Hub, you know, you name it, I created all of them.
Mhm.
And within the first 2 weeks of me having a Facebook, I shared our first actual pro Trump article.
Mm.
And apparently, you're not allowed to talk about your president on Facebook, which is sad. And it wasn't even like, go Trump, he's the best, down with Democrats, you know. It was a
Mhm.
factual piece, and it shared information based on how everything played out from 2016 up until uh, 2019 when that article was published. And they immediately removed my account. They deleted it. They requested that I verify my identity, give them a phone number, and provide an ID. And I've had a Facebook personal account for more than 10 years, you know,
Mhm.
and I've never provided any of that for that, but they already have all the data they want on me. You know, they have
Yeah.
personal pictures, they know who my friends are. And this was more of a business account and it had a community, and they squashed all that immediately. So before the great purge of 2021, um, I was already experiencing censorship due to maintaining truth and conservative ideals.
Mm.
Um, So it started there, and then the LinkedIn account, I shared not even a pro Trump article, but a factual article, and
Mhm.
they suspended my account on the first thing I shared. So I gave up on those two platforms,
Mhm.
and decided, you know, they just don't want that on their network. And it's going to be their loss, is what I figured. And so I just jumped shipped early. Like we
Mhm.
were saying, you were saying about the stock price going down for Twitter, you know, it's not something to celebrate. I don't like it when people lose their money, but it just shows that their values and actions aren't aligned with their customer base.
Absolutely. That, and I found it amazing because we can say the same article with just a different the same facts, except we do it in a not condescending tone, but because we're not um considered real news, you know, we get deplatformed, we get
Mhm.
harassed. I mean, I think I shared it in our chat room that we were in, that I had somebody say, you know, that said that I did this in a school board election. How can I run? I'm like, I've never run for any office, let alone been a part of a school board. So, you know, I sent the person a message because they tagged me. They answered one of my um this particular one was a tweet, and I'm like, what in the world, you know? It's one follower, one person. Big red flag for me.
Yeah.
You know, but has had their account since 2012.
Hmm.
You know,
Strange.
it's one, yeah, it's like something isn't adding up here, you know. So I'm like, print screen, you know, just in case I have to fight for the right to tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sadly, that's what it's becoming.
Hmm.
I did a short show the other day regarding alternate platforms to kind of, you know, get people ready for the idea that maybe if you want to speak, you're going to have to find another place to. Not because
Absolutely.
you're leaving the battlefield, as they say, but if sometimes you need to speak freely.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes, it will
you
drive
don't
you
have to use.
crazy if you don't
Yeah,
if you don't uh, the We Go Social, I can speak freely. I have no problem speaking freely there. Tour 3, have no problem. I cut everything else off that I share to and just share it to uh Tour 3, and I can speak, and I don't have to go, oh, I can't say this, I can't say that. I gotta change a different word, but it does
yeah.
give us mental Olympics to keep this thing going, because the past year has been a
But
bear.
doing mental gymnastics for others isn't productive. If you're
True.
doing mental gymnastics for yourself, for your own security, for reasons that are of concern to yourself, sure, it's good to do those type of mental gymnastics, but to have to do them to conform, it's like in 1984 when
Hmm.
um, Winston is, just out of his telescreen to write in his journal. And we shouldn't have to be away from all of our devices to be able to talk freely amongst each other because they're all listening in, whether they're on or off. This isn't
Yeah.
like me being conspiratorial, this is fact. Snowden released all this information. It's why he's not in America anymore. It's
Hmm.
not conspiratorial at all. It's just those are the facts. These are what is possible.
And I've
So,
noticed that he's had some interviews, some recent interviews that have
mhm.
aired on YouTube.
Yeah, he did one with
Almost.
Reason, John Stossel recently. It was
Yes,
really
yes.
good if you haven't seen it.
I did see that one, and it was good. And John even admitted, he goes, at first he didn't really want to do the interview, and then he did some fact checking himself, and he actually does fact check. It's
Mhm.
not like oh, I don't know, a guy by the name of Geraldo. He's got that really weird name where he went looking for Al Capone, I believe.
Yeah.
And came up empty-handed. Uh, there's some pictures running around of old Geraldo that are quite interesting indeed. I don't know if you've seen any of those
Mm-mm.
pictures. Well, they're sort of pictures that lean toward that other particular person who had what was that file on that laptop? Huh.
Mm.
Uh, Wiener, I think, was his name, and
Wiener.
showing was his game.
Yeah, it definitely was.
you
And he liked
know,
them younger.
yes, and I don't know. I think I don't have knowledge. I'm only giving my opinion, and Lord knows sometimes that doesn't work. But I look at how how loud some people are yelling. You know what I mean? Um, they are
Well,
definitely screaming. Uh,
So, to make
why?
it's
an analogy that some might know, in the movie American Gangster, he doesn't get caught till his wife decides that she wants to dress all flashy and go to the boxing um,
Mhm.
tournament. So, like you're saying, those who scream the loudest, those who draw the most attention to themselves, those who desire the spotlight to cover up something are normally doing
Yes,
something that's not good.
and we have a lot of stirring around. I talked about it earlier in the video in regards to how many people. I mean, even what Salty said. You've got all these people, and you got a problem with security. That that is really weird to me. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about that?
Uh, I'm well. We know what's going on. I'm guessing. I'm always trying to keep up with what you guys like been posting and stuff and try to understand it.
Hmm.
But like the DC thing, it made it sound prior to me going, made everything sound so bad in the mainstream media.
Mhm.
When I was there, they made it sound so bad. When
Mhm.
after I came back, they made it sound so bad, you know. And
But you were
uh,
actually physically there.
I was there, yes.
So you know it wasn't like that.
No, the when I was walking around prior to the Trump speech, no cops, no National Guard.
Mhm.
People were high fiving each other, baby strollers, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
I'm listening to the Salty Cracker show there that you put on.
Mhm.
I'm laughing, but I'm laughing like what, what?
Yeah.
I
Why
don't want
why
to.
why do they have all that going on right now? And you being ex-military, you sort of have an insight. We've got this one guy, um, oh gosh, I'm trying to. Talked about him last night. It's a retired general who says that we are in, shall we say, three of the worlds in which we had um, fighting going on.
Uh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I looked that up. I looked it up today, and then and shared it with my dad who called me, and they made this statement, W W 3, back in October of last year. And that was on military.com.
I
You
saw that.
Yeah, you can see that
So
one.
my thoughts on this are that if you look at war in the past,
Mhm.
we lined up in two lines and we walked towards each other and just kept shooting,
Mhm.
you know, and we thought that was good. And then we created better technology and guerrilla warfare and better weapons. And all of a sudden, walking towards each other was pointless.
Yeah.
No one was going to win. So war evolved
Mhm.
and it became very kinetic and lots of planes, lots of tanks, lots of things like that. And I think we're going to a less kinetic type of battle and more of a battle for infrastructure, minds, and intelligence, which would be the internet, actual structures, power grids, things like that, that would
Right.
be of a bigger focus for someone to actually affect a nation state, a populace, to actually cause um, self harm rather than putting people in your way. And we saw this slowly evolve over the past 10 years with just the use of drones and the amount of the less and the the decrease in the number of deaths of our soldiers. Speaking of Americans, we've killed lots of other people in the world. But as far as American war goes, we've seen less and less deaths due to the use of UAVs, other types of unmanned aerial vehicles, intelligent attacking via aircraft like ACP-130s, things like that, that really have the capability to take the person out of the battlefield. And
Right.
moving into the digital space, you are introducing the person back in the battlefield, and we're at a new precipice of what we could call war, where we can't designate what's the difference between a nation actor, what's the difference between a civilian actor, and what's the difference between a military actor.
Right.
And it makes it very hard to define what you were saying with the World Wide Web,
Yeah.
WWW, you
Thank
know.
you.
So
I
considering that we
took that
may,
pause there.
yeah, considering that we may be in what some people could call that
Mhm.
we'll never be able to recognize it because wars don't start on a particular day ever. You
Mhm.
know, like they'll be like, this is the shot heard around the world, but that's not when the war started. The
Exactly.
war started to cause that shot.
Yeah.
So when you really try to break it down, we may be, like you're saying, in another state of altercations, but it's not
Mhm.
nation states versus nation states. It's
Right.
ideas versus alternate ideas, and not everyone's playing for the team where their spawn point is or whatever you want to call
Mhm.
it, you know. So it's very hard to identify where we actually are and who's giving you the factual information and
Oh
where.
yeah, you have to really look
Yeah.
and dig. I know I know that that's definitely how we got our names because we're researchers, and you really have to go searching for the information. The Yes, I've
It,
got grandchildren, and I'm like, can I get some mac and cheese? I'm like, yeah. The other one, he laughs over there and he's watching video games. One is probably walking around the house. He's a teenager walking outside so he can have a private conversation. It's like, boy, boy, when God steps in and says, okay, it was his perfect timing for Lucky to go. And I've not been able to really grieve because, you know, he's thrown all this other stuff at me, and I'm like, I get it. I get it. Focus. Now, I wanted to go and read. Miss B put in the room. She said that, what was it, 200 National Guard members to DC from Hawaii today. Uh, I've got Debbie White said she thinks 27,000 troops and National Guard are in DC getting ready for the weekend, and especially 11721, which I mentioned to. I mentioned this on the Night Owl News, and I mentioned it also when we had the show with James, the virtual, when you were actually in DC on the 6th, Orlando. We had a virtual rally where we were sharing things. Ninja was there for that, but
Mhm.
there was something in my spirit that was going 11721, 117, or 17, or some form of that 7 in it. So I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at that and going,
Mm.
I think that there's more because the videos that I have seen, uh, when I'm looking, it's sort of like what Jim does. He puts a little box around and says, "Okay, how many people can fit in here?" Or how many, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think we might have more people there. I don't know the purpose and the plan. I hope it would be nice to go and see some arrest going on. Um, but at the same time, we're at that point too where it's like, will it be a rolling outage of the internet? Or will it be the only thing you can do is see TV with a antenna to see what's going on? Don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, what's
Ninja.
oh, hey, what's going
He,
on, Ninja?
he is in
What
the
up, Ninja?
room. I sent him an invite. If he wants to come in, he is welcome to come in. He's
Oh,
always welcome in my house. Always. I'm sure that you guys would agree as well.
yeah,
He's
man.
one of the busiest guys in researching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think
think.
all you
Oh
guys,
man.
man, you guys are,
Yeah.
man, people don't know, man. They don't know. You guys put out some stuff. It's just my mind is blown from all this public information. You guys grab it and just put threads together, shows, articles, and it's just It's right there, man, with all the references and everything. It's like, wow, wow.
Thank
And
you.
you guys are not even. Are you guys getting paid for that stuff?
No,
Nope.
no.
And I see what people do
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
It's good, you
Um,
know. I mean,
there's
it's
so
getting.
Oh
many
gosh,
other people
yeah.
too that don't even want credit or even want to be seen or heard that do so much. And
You have
it
some excellent writers. I'm just saying. Got some excellent writers on your channel. Oh, while you're
I
here,
hope
tell
they're
people
there.
about your channel.
The YouTube?
Yeah,
Come
hang
stop
on,
by the
hang on.
YouTube.
Let's welcome Ninja in. He's in. What's up, Ninja?
Oh, there we go. How's it
Welcome,
going,
Andrew.
everybody?
Good, good.
Woohoo! So glad you came.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to take a quick little break and catch up with you guys.
It's good to hear your voice. You know, we've all been separated by the powers that be. They
Yep.
decided
Yeah.
that we're not allowed to talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I'm monitoring, like on a constant daily. Like, there's a lot of people out there who don't have that skill set. There's a handful that do, but then they get smacked down, they get suspended. Then you don't get the word. You don't know what's going on. You don't have eyes on the ground, ears. You know, all those things are very important, especially for me. Like, that's just a habit I have. But uh, and then it's up to the other people who have the reach to share that information and get it out to the right people. And hopefully in a timely manner. I get sometimes it's a little bit time sensitive, and if it's not propagated properly because of we all know why. But this is becoming an issue, and then of course the mainstream will utilize that against us. Because information's put out late, or somebody puts a spin on it, or whatever, what have you. I mean, of course we need communication, but also we need to be accurate. And even if there's times to make corrections. Some people just want you to look at their stuff, and it's sometimes like Orlando was saying, we're not getting paid for this. And
Yeah.
the only thing that we get in payment is likes and shares and retweets or whatever. That's the only currency right now.
Yeah,
Right.
that's if they'll let people see it.
But it's
Right.
also waking people up to the truth. That's where I get my satisfaction. If I could get a paycheck with it, hey, that would be great. But I'm not like one of the massive um, massive accounts that you have to listen to 15 minutes worth of commercials before you actually hear what it is that they have to say. By then, I've already pumped out, this, that, and the other, and the stuff that I was told to share about myself to get people to follow in case they lose me here. They know how to get me here. I'm like, okay, I understand that. I don't like tooting my own horn. Yeah, it's not something I've ever been comfortable with. Even in radio, when they say, "Okay, you're going to make this promo. It's going to be about your show in the afternoon, and it's going to run all day long," and I'm like, "Why? Why?"
Just let the listeners listen.
I'm like, they're the people. Well, I'm doing a morning show. Why do I want to go and have a promo running in the afternoon to make them wake up early to hear me? You know, like, okay, but yeah,
It, that
it's
stuff's getting.
definitely
It's
different.
yeah. It's getting put out. I mean, it's it there. I see sometimes there's work over here. You know what I mean? It that comes out from right
Mhm.
here, and it's
Yep.
like you don't see all this, and all of a sudden it's way over here, and it's
Yeah.
getting talked about, and I'm like, wow, and yeah, I see articles, big,
Mhm.
Gateway Pundit, and then I see some
Mhm.
people's stuff that was in, that people did all this research, and then it ends up showing up, and I'm like, wow, man,
Like that guy.
that's awesome, man.
Yep.
You know,
Then
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
that's
then
a
you
good
got
one.
then you got the guy underneath me, if you're watching the screen right now, who who really, I don't know when you sleep, and the guy over here, wait a minute, over here that's down beside him, I don't know when he sleeps, and then
He
same
doesn't
thing
sleep.
for Orlando. It's like When do you guys sleep? I mean, I have to sleep now a little bit because my schedule is like really, really changed. Because I'm glad it's like God's discernment said 11 o'clock is the time of your show.
Let me give you
And
a
I'm
short
like,
reason why. Because
okay,
when you don't sleep, you're able to gather more information as it's coming, right?
yeah,
For me, it's more of a race to get the more accurate information out and try to get it to the right people versus the people who just wake up, ooh, check out this, look at this, I'm creating a thread. So that's
yeah,
why if you've created one beforehand, you have sort of a receipt showing that you've been working on this already. And
hmm,
there's many things you can do to combat their ego, because that's kind of what's going on. They're suppressing your reach because they want to get theirs out first, and this is a constant game. You see a lot of people who want to get posted on articles, they want to get
hmm,
retweeted by certain individuals, which is fine, but at the same time you got to think, well, some people are dying in the midst of all this.
yeah,
There's deep states running around doing what they're doing, and we're not actively combating them efficiently. If this is how it's going to work, we're going to have to be more stern or more blunt when we post information, not giving a shit about, like like Babyface says, not giving a shit about popularity.
hmm,
Regardless, it needs to get out because it's important. Do we want Joe Biden and everybody to still be in charge, or do we want the truth to come out? Because that's going to hinder the process. That just these people who are patriots sometimes get in the way, but at
ooh,
the same
nice
time,
word. I like that. That's the first time I've heard that one. I
so
like it. Is that coined by you? Can I quote you on that one?
I don't know who said it first, but I just put that together like a long time ago.
Okay,
Never
all
really
right.
said it too much, but at the same time, like getting suspended multiple times, having to climb the damn ladder again and again and again, only to
Mhm.
prove every single time you should be following me, not because of my ego, but because I have the intel, I have the information. There
Right.
are plenty of others out there who are just as good, sometimes even better than me. I'm not saying I'm great or the best. I make mistakes as well, but would you rather follow somebody who has the eyes on the ground, the ears on the everywhere, or would you rather follow a cheerleader that's posting fluffy things that are just inaccurate?
Yeah.
It just, we're dealing with this, but at the same time, look, there's people who are like ex-military, ex whatever, but they're Joe Biden supporters. They're these people are everywhere,
Yeah.
and they're currently investigating and making threads about patriots, right? And they're trying to put us in the bad light. So not
Mhm.
only do you have to combat this, but you have to combat other people who are, they're professional in how they research and dig the things, just like we are, but they're on the bad side. And a lot of people don't
Mhm.
realize those things because it's put together professionally. Like you can see, their vernacular, the way they type the things out, how they put a spin on the story of what's going on, when in reality it's clearly they're biased. They're just, they don't like Trump supporters, regardless of if they were guilty of something or not. Just because they were there doesn't mean, like at the Capitol building, doesn't mean that they
Mhm.
were that they are guilty. A lot of
Right.
people at the back of the crowd went in, out of curiosity or just to follow. The
Uh-oh.
very first part of the crowd was more of the issue.
Almost lost him there.
Yeah. I think Trump said it very well. He condemns the violence. He doesn't condemn the people who went to the Capitol and protested normally, but he condemns the people who acted violently. And, like, what I would like to say is if it was people like me and Orlando and Ninja who broke into that Capitol, we'd still be in that Capitol.
Absolutely.
Am
Absolutely.
I right?
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, the plan. You guys remember the plan? The plan
Yeah.
was to bring snacks and water to hand out to people. To ask them if they were hungry. So I have. Look, look. I have it right here. I'm gonna show you. I haven't. This is this is what this is what I brought. You get to see. You get to see what I brought inside my backpack, and I carried some of this stuff in my jacket because I didn't want to take the backpack with me. But I had corn nuts inside my jacket and tuna salad,
Yeah.
some Nutri-Cream bars that I bought at a at like a 99-cent store for like a box of them, and some Tic Tacs.
Yeah, you never know who you might meet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
got what you said about the Tic Tac.
Might need yeah.
That's funny.
See,
Uh,
he's armed and dangerous with snacks.
yes,
Yeah,
he
But
is.
because
you
I'm
see what I mean though? Like the people who I think I would consider patriots, as the term likes to be thrown around.
Hmm.
Um, if we wanted to invade the Capitol,
Hmm.
we would have done it just fine. I promise. But that wasn't our intentions. It was like most crimes, a crime of opportunity by most of those people.
Now,
Select
I shared.
few took actions, and now everyone's guilty by association, according to the media.
Right. I did see a video where a guy confesses saying that he was paid to do what it was that he did, but he was not going to release who was paying him.
I saw that
Um,
as well.
and so it's like that, and you've got what was it? Uh, Salty. I don't know if you happen to see it, Ninja, or not, and then but it's got to be the most safest place right now on the East Coast to be in DC with all of the military,
Mhm.
but Biden's canceling all of his stuff. That makes no sense.
See,
Yeah.
right now we're watching it unfold. We're literally in real time. It seems now.
Yeah.
So we're at the point to where their plans are too slow because we're too fast. We're getting better and smarter and faster as anons, as just people, as in general. So
Yeah.
we're more privy to what their plans are going to be like. So we know maybe three different steps before they take them. And we're probably some of us are quite ahead sometimes. So it looks like they're just trying to they're trying to lose us.
He's in red, so I'm getting part of his conversation. There.
Thing just to throw us off. You've got the media doing their job. You've got the politicians doing their moves. Of course, they're trying to watch us. Actively, they're watching us, right? So they're trying to, create hit pieces. QAnon shaman guy and so and such, and all these hit pieces, all very specific, right? Because they're listening and following us. They know that. So they think that we're nervous, but a portion of them are actually nervous. That's why they're making their moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So
think we should also look internationally as to what's happening. There's rumors of people resigning. There's chaos going on in Italy. There's D-class coming today for real, apparently latest Monday, regarding Obamagate, Spygate, Fast
I
and
saw that.
Furious, and
I've
others.
been I've been looking and hopping on and trying to be one of the first people to go and find that as it comes out, because I'm like, I want to see that. I want to download it so it doesn't get deleted.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've learned over the years has been, you see something, download it, worry about watching it later. If the in the first 5 seconds it's something that you know is going to get uh
Canned, like
yes.
a canned good.
Yeah. Um, the other thing, there was something, I wish I'd written it down, I would remember it. But there was something this afternoon that I was watching where a guy was saying his opinion. His opinion was that I don't even know if I can go and say this on this platform, that someone whose name, no, I'm trying to go and see whether or not I can go and say it without being deplatformed. And I know that that's crazy, but I'm going to
Sigmund Freud.
semi quote what I saw was in regards to this guy called in, and he believes genuinely that um, the way things are going, and because he's canceled all these things, that one of these is going to be used and he will no longer be here, and it's
Hmm.
going to automatically start with the VP. And I'm not talking about our current one, the elect one that they're talking about. And he was very passionate about that, but I couldn't find anything else um, to confirm that. So I'm not going to share that. You know, somebody can be passionate about something, talking about it like they really know what it is in their heart that's going to happen, because this is, and go in step by step going, well, this would be the exact way to do it because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, that doesn't even feel right. It's like, so if I can't find a way to confirm it, I don't share it. Even though I shared it right now just to go and use an example. You know what I mean?
I do.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate that.
I I doubt that that's the way he would go, but
Yeah.
I think that there's a good chance we'll see President Kamala Harris.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
That's a very hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, well, when you're the most winningest president ever in the whole world.
I know, right? How in the world could go wrong with that one?
So
As she
there's
says
there's some
sarcastically.
evidence to that. I mean, at least there's something to that. There was a video weeks back with what is it, Mayor de Blasio's daughter saying that Kamala is going to be president. Like she slipped
Yeah.
out, and it was on the news.
Yeah, I
William
did see that.
Wilhelm, to remind everyone, Bill de Blasio is a terrorist. His real
Yeah.
name is William Wilhelm, and
Yep.
it's not de Blasio. Just a reminder. I
Yeah.
like to remind everyone every time they talk about him
I mean,
that
think
he's a
about that.
terrorist
Why
convicted.
would you change your name? And don't forget about the mask that she was wearing in Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
Or how Biden cheated, that slip up she had
Yeah.
too. The Wilhelm's daughter.
Yes. And I was doing the crazy eyes, because it's like the actors, and I say this, the last one that I shared, the AOC comments about, I'm watching her literally do this. Okay. She's talking about this, and then she's looking over it. And then, oh no, wait a minute. It was her left-hand side that she was reading from, where she's saying all these negative things, and then going to the next one, it's like, besides her, she's got those eyes that just look at you like I'm crazy on that what is it that they call it, that drug. It's like they're just they're out there, and their eyes are like this. I can't even open my eyes without using my fingers on how big their eyeballs are. Sorry.
Do you think, like, I don't think some people that are, I don't even know how to describe them. I don't think some people on whatever side, like, they don't know. Like, I don't know if she knows, like, what's going on.
What, AOC?
AOC too. You were talking about de Blasio's
Daughter? Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
I-
I think that they've
Yeah.
a lot have been sheltered. AOC is not one that's been sheltered. I mean, you can find out
You
there
mean
if you look
Sandy?
hard enough that she
She
is.
went by Sandy
Yeah,
previously.
Sandy, the bartender.
Yeah, to embrace her white privilege.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
But now she condemns people like me
Yeah. I
for
mean,
being white.
I don't even
You
remember what I
know?
was watching last night where it was talking about, oh yeah, it was her talking about me and my white mythology or some kind of thing that she was saying. It was a myth, and I'm going like this. I'm going, but I am white. How is it a myth? I don't understand. I guess this is just for crazy folks because I don't understand what she's saying. I mean, it's true. It's true. The things that come out of their mouth sometimes you're sitting there going, my head hurts. I don't understand.
I will say, though, you should try to listen to the left's points and stances to fully understand the differences between us so that we could actually have dialogues with them. Because
Yeah.
the only people who really do want us divided are the establishment.
Yes.
Like I have no problems with most people on the left. We don't agree on ideas, just like I don't agree with people who are a different religion than me. We're just different.
Yeah.
Like neither of us are really going to change, you
Oh,
know.
nobody
Think
can
of
change you. That
yeah,
I learned that a long time ago.
but you can think for yourself. You can find
Yes.
information and use facts rather than political dogma, rather than
Mhm.
religious dogma and things. And, you know, I'm not saying abandon your religion if you find something that's a fact,
Mhm.
or abandon your political views because you find out that one Democrat's bad or one Republican's bad that you voted for.
Mhm.
But you know, like you really got to focus on what we could do to make a better tomorrow for us.
Yeah.
And
My
don't,
thing is that seeing the I guess no, not guess. It's godly discernment for me to be able to um have a conversation with somebody and say, "Look, I respect your opinion, but I don't have to think the same way that you think, but I'm willing to listen and I'm willing to, say I'm willing to have a conversation that does not involve I say two words and you go, "You're a racist." Okay, where did that come from? There are people that you can talk to, and then there are going to be those people that just will not have a conversation. And that's the tough part, is actually trying to have that conversation that needs to be had. All right. Am I missing something? Everybody's looking off to the side.
No.
someone just sent me some D class information.
What? What?
Crossfire Hurricane transcripts release.
Yeah, that was released earlier.
Okay.
What's this one?
I've got something that says, yeah, so the FBI did not know that Joseph Misfud was working with Italian intelligence figures trainers at Link campus in Rome because the FBI also worked there too. Mueller obviously didn't want to include that in his report, and then there's pictures of some files here. Probably
You're
what's going to be
welcome to
released.
share the screen if you want to, Ninja. Just letting you know that.
Okay, so you can probably, so you're saying you can do the same thing on Restream?
Yeah, you have the
Yeah,
option to share it.
Okay.
the middle button next to the settings, the screen.
Well then, I have Restream. I paid up for the upgrade. I should start using that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the more that you use it, the more people they'll allow you to put on it, where you don't have to go, well, we're going to hang up now and log back on. You don't have to do that. Oh, I saw that. Family friendly show. Family friendly show. Although I did share salty. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let me go and I got to go down with to go and open it up so you can share it. Okay. All right, there you go.
same one I'm looking at. Yeah. Original wood
There we
spots.
go. And you can actually, well, I can get rid of us and just show the screen if you'd like. It'll make it bigger. It's up to you, Ninja.
No, that's fine. Just kind of
Okay.
get people aware of the what's being propagated. Mostly, I really didn't want to dive too deeply into it and spend too much time, but
Okay.
that's it.
Wow. There's always information. I don't think that I can ever get online where there's where I haven't found something new, if that makes any sense at all. New information to share.
Mhm.
There's endless information.
Yeah.
Always.
Mhm.
It could be exhausting, and as you're sitting there going, okay, I really need to go to bed. Next thing you know, you're looking at the clock and it's 3:30 in the morning, and you're going, I really need to go to bed. Then you're watching the sun come up,
And you're like,
and you're
God,
like,
I should
dang,
make
I
some
need to take a
coffee.
nap. And oh, by the way, I appreciate the information or the direct messages that I've gotten because of the fact that I've lost both of my Discords now.
Oh man.
I'm like, what the? I can understand one, but the other one, really? What
I
were
lost
we real?
all of mine.
I'm like, geez,
Yeah, they
yeah,
went after
all
all
of
of
mine are
us.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
wow.
lost
Anybody
access.
got Discord left?
You can always make a new one, but then what? You're gonna be
Yeah.
shut down again. So there is Gilded that's still there. Obviously Gab.
I have a personal IRC everybody could use. It's hosted by me. No one's going to silence you. You could discuss whatever you want. Contact me privately. Oh, my headphones already
IRC
fell out.
chat. What is this? AOL?
You're not going to be censored.
You need to dial up.
Hey, now I still
I'd
have
dial
my
in if I
free
could speak
AOL
through it.
account.
Smoke
I
signal.
I
still got
used
my
to.
AOL email.
Yep,
Oh,
I still
man.
have mine too, and it's like I haven't went logged on in a while, and I had like over 10,000 emails. I'm like, I just need to delete them, and then it locks up every time I try to go and get rid of all the emails.
Oh
It's
man.
funny. It's funny. I'm sitting here going, okay, it is 5:33. Can somebody shoot Jim a message on our private comm?
Mhm.
So we're going to see whether or
It
not
says
he's
he's
going to be able to be
offline.
here. Oh, it says he's offline. I know he said he was going to be driving and that he would check in for a few minutes. So I don't want to not give him the opportunity to be on his show.
So to kind of speak on a little bit more of the censorship, our site got taken down last week, or
Which
what
site?
ABCU.
The actual website?
Yeah,
Oh,
due
wow.
to
Yeah.
the fact that they've been DDoSing our DNS provider,
And who is
the same one used by 8kun, Vanuatu.
okay, so it's something else. All right. Wow.
And so we were down for I think 2.5 days almost. I thought it would come right back up, so I didn't even put anything out initially. And then the next morning I woke up, our site was still down, and I was like, I can't do anything about this. Our whole DNS is down. Like, you can't get to it,
Right.
you know? So I assume that we will get taken offline at some point via our DNS being either suspended or taken offline, just no longer indexed. But we'll come back, you know. Jim.
Well, I didn't stop talking about you because I do an ad for you every time I have the Night Owl News. So
I
you
love
got to
it.
let me
Thank
know
you.
if you're down so I can make don't worry, they'll be back kind of
I,
announcement.
it was a surprise to me, because I lost Discord and that's how I communicate with them.
Yep.
So I haven't been able to contact them. I had to find out what was going on via other sources, reach
Right.
out to them on Twitter and be like, hey, I use your service. What's going on? I've
Right.
been
Right.
banned from all platforms. Help. And, they let me know that they were having some issues, but I I don't think this is the end of the censorship on the 20th when magically COVID disappears, when Biden's in office, everything's all better,
Maybe
everything's back to normal.
this reminded me. My grandson came and told me today. He goes, "We're not, what now? They're telling us that we're not going back to school until March." They made that announcement today. I got another grandson who was told he can't participate in the classes because his shot record's not up to date. I'm like, it's freaking virtual school. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, is right. I don't get it. I
If
mean,
I
all
was
of
the parent, I would be so mad right now.
well, I'm the
So glad
grandparent
I'm
and I'm
not a
pretty
parent.
pissed off. It takes a lot. It takes a lot, but that is the definition of an idiot. How do you ban a child from going to school for not having a shot record when you're in virtual school? That's
Control.
idiotic.
It's
Yeah,
just control over the
it,
parents. It's a way of coercing the parents to force them to get the vaccine.
yeah.
And like, I'm not pro or anti-vaccine. I just
Thank you.
know, like, I just know that what I'm going to do
Hmm.
is up to me.
Yes.
And I don't need records for anything. It's the same way I feel about the IRS. If I don't have records, I don't have records. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have to have them.
Right.
It's not my business. I'm talking about my personal life. Like, I know I have to keep my appropriate records for my businesses, but
Hmm.
I'm saying in my personal life, like, it's your job to audit me, not mine. And same with all these vaccines. Like, I don't have to have my records. You have to figure that stuff
Right.
out.
Right.
Like, it's all
It,
about control.
you're right. It is, and but it makes no sense. It really doesn't. I'm like,
It's to
you're
make the
gonna.
child feel bad. And
Mhm.
by making the child feel bad, you coerce the parents into taking actions that, whether they're for or against it, they're going to have to take because they're being coerced by the
Yeah.
state or the
Well,
school,
here's
which
here's
happens
the
to be the
thing.
state.
Okay, each one of them are in different schools. Okay, but they all got the same shot records at the same time. You have to have this little piece of paper that you have every year that says that you're up to date on your shots. Okay, so why not all of them at the same time? Why is this one doing this to this child and the other two are still free to go and be online and take their classes and do their work? I mean, I hate to say this, but I didn't believe him at first, and I made sure I said, send me a copy of what she said, or have her send me an email, or you email her and then forward it to me to see. And in it, it's like the parent. They don't even say the parent's name. It's like a generic kind of thing, you know. It's like student, can't parent. I'm like,
Yeah,
can't you even fill in the blanks?
it's it's using children as a weapon. You know how we were talking about the World
Hmm.
Wide Web earlier?
Yes, yes,
It's
yeah.
using children as a weapon. The Nazis did it in propaganda. Like, they used children as propaganda
Hmm.
to coerce people into the ideas and values that they said were appropriate, which now we say are abhorrent, apparently. you know? So we're seeing a repeat of history, of all the best parts or worst parts, however you want to take it, of psychological actions, kinetic, making division within society in America, blacks versus whites, whites versus Spanish, Spanish versus black, you know, everyone's got their own little box. And if you aren't with all the people in your box, you're bad. But if
Yeah.
you are in multiple boxes, you're also a racist, you know, like, so there's no winning in the game they've set up for you to play. The
The
only way
rules
to win is to
change.
change the rules.
That's right. Absolutely.
So we have to, the people who have the power need to speak up. People like me and you are saying this all the time. We sound like broken records. With
Yeah.
that same
Wiki,
part
wiki,
over,
wiki.
that same part over and over. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I
Like,
do.
and I get tired of saying it too. But until more people realize that what I'm saying isn't just for fun, like I
Hmm.
love saying this crap. It's the truth. And
Yeah.
more people need to understand that this is what's going on. And we're we're in the society of the spectacle. I've talked about this before with you guys. It's a book written a while ago about how everything in society is a spectacle to keep us engaged and entertained and
Look here, not
downtrodden.
there.
Yeah, and everything's done like that for a reason,
Hmm.
to gain influence, control, or power. The only three things that matter to most of these people: influence, power, and control. The rest of it is all nonsensical. Money
Hmm.
comes with those three things of influence, power, and control. So if you have those, you don't even have to factor in money. So it's a cyclical cycle that we allow to continue because we consume the media. Like the virus is on the TV. You turn
Hmm.
off the TV, there's no virus when you go outside, I promise. When people start talking about it, be like, no, let's talk about how nice it is today
Yeah.
because it's great out and the virus isn't affecting me. Let's move on. You
Right.
know, it's all on the TV. All you got to do is, I don't know where my remote is, but pick it up and hit the power button.
Yeah.
And I promise the virus is gone. The political bullshit, part of my language, I know we're on a family show, but that's what it is gone.
Yeah.
And the race baiting is gone. When
That's
I go
been
to
going
work
on
and
for
I work
so
with
long.
black people, Spanish people, white people, we get along just fine. There's
Yeah.
nothing about us that's making us hate each other because there's no TV telling me to hate them while I'm at work.
My thing is right now, I am sure that in just the four of us and the people that are watching, none of us are, as they say, purebred. We're mutts. We have, you know what I mean? There's a lot of bit of this and a lot of bit of
I'm as
that and a
black
little bit of this.
as Elizabeth Warren is an Indian.
There you go.
My
Some of us
great
more so than others.
grandfather is black,
Yeah, I
white,
know. Yeah,
but I'm as black as Elizabeth Warren is Indian. But you don't hear me telling everyone that they got to respect me because I'm black and I
yeah,
was a king. You know, like uh, I am what I look like. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
Just like you're what you look like, and he's what he looks like. You know,
yeah,
like we didn't
exactly.
pick our spawn points. We didn't pick our parents.
True.
You know, they were giving out brains, and I thought they said trains. I got to the back because I wanted the caboose. You know, like we don't get to pick.
Yeah.
So, and I promise, most of us have no problem with other races, creeds, colors, religions. Like I promise, I
Oh,
interact with
yeah.
people who are very different. constantly.
Here's the way I like to describe it. DC does not represent the United States of America as because we are so different, but yet, I'll give the example. I've done it before. If you're going down the highway and you see that a car is on fire and you can go and stop your car to go and help, you're not looking in the window and going, oh, they're not the same color as me. I better not go and help them. No, you are doing what you can do to get that person out of that car because that's who you are. That's who we are. We're
As
not,
people.
we are not as the media wants to portray that we're all racist. We're not. We're just not. And it just, hang on a minute. Just in, Facebook is blocking the creation of new events on the platform happening in close proximity to DC and state capitol through inauguration day. Now, what are they covering up?
Mhm.
What are they covering up? What do they have to hide?
Lots.
What do you think?
I think they already have an event planned of their
Yeah?
own. That'd be my
Maybe some
guess.
of these involved and a
Mhm.
plane ride? That would be awesome.
Hopefully, I hear Cuba's nice this time of year.
Yes, yes. I got goosebumps when you said that. Oh, the hairs on my arms are standing up. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I do hope Giuliani is watching. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Rudolph watches everything I do.
Really? Setting stuff up. Now, Miss B said that they were putting a fence around her capital in Hawaii. Isn't that interesting? I heard the same rumor was going on in all capitals all across the United States. Isn't that part of the judicial system where that's located at, maybe? I'm looking for those, how many sealed documents?
263,000 or something.
Oh wow.
Wouldn't that be a hootenanny? Because we've already got military in all those little places
What we
that
should
were.
check is how many less we have after the D class on Monday. Just a hint.
Yeah, that would be. And also, I can tell you from my point of view, we have had a lot of traffic in the sky from Fort Bragg in all different directions.
That's racist.
Why?
No, just
What?
Are we supposed to change the name?
Huh? What? At
Are
Fort
we
Bragg?
supposed- Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They said that they were supposed to change the name. The military installation in my neighborhood, our town is called the All-American City, right?
Yeah. Amen.
Okay.
And a woman. I hear
It's
you.
like, yeah.
I'm trying to become liberal. I think I could get more done if I pretend to be liberal.
Right.
What do you think, guys?
I don't
I'm
know.
just gonna go full undercover onto the left, but same ideas. Just give a
Right.
left slant. I think I could just get more followers. I could get more people listening. I could be
don't know.
louder and ignorant. Just call people racist.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I don't like
No.
what they say.
Yeah.
You know?
Point your finger and go, when
I
they
could be
can't
like-
figure anything out, you're a racist.
I could be like, you
it's
don't know
like,
I'm a black woman. Just whenever.
There
You're like,
was
you
a
don't know how
guy.
I identify.
Oh, yeah.
You
There
need
was
to call me they.
They had a guy. Oh, I think it was a guy. It could have been a female. But she identified as because she was a gypsy, she was a brown person. And she was making a statement outside of a Schumer, wherever he was without a mask. Everybody else has got a mask on and he's talking somewhere. And I go like this, I'm going, Okay, I'm confused. You've got Nancy Pants Pelosi, who says everybody has to start talking without a gender. You can't say he, she, her, whatever it is. You can't identify your mother, your sister, your brother. But within days, she's saying everything that she said that she wasn't going to allow on on uh, on the Capitol or in the Capitol or wherever the heck she was. And I'm like, I'm so tired of people saying, do as I say, but not as I do.
Mm.
And that's why I say what I said a while ago. DC does not represent the United States. It may be our headquarters where our president is, but go out to, let's see, North Carolina. There's one. Um, but out Midwest,
Yeah,
you've
it's hard
got a
visiting over
whole
me.
Colorado, been there, done that. Oh man, beautiful place to be. Um, but you don't have the same people there. Yet I'm telling you, I've met some people from New York who have come down because they don't want to be up there dealing with those taxes, dealing with those restrictions. I've met some people from California that are like, I can't deal with this anymore. We're out of here. Um, because people are getting tired of being told that they're going to be taxed out the wazoo. Um, there are people in North Carolina that are going like this. How did this man get to be our governor again? There's no way. I didn't vote for him. You talk to people on the street. I didn't vote for him either.
Yeah.
It's like what? But yeah, I'm sorry. I got off. I'll get off my. Dun, dun. I'm off my soapbox now. Wow. Miss B saying she has dementia. Um, I'm not a medical professional on that one. I think that she's just 80 some years old and should retire. I think there should be term limits.
I got a
Um,
question for you. Why are all these people that are over retirement age running our country?
I'd like to know
The
that too.
majority of them are over retirement age.
Yes.
So they have some sort of retirement benefit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
paying them to not represent me. You're
Yep.
paying them to not represent you. You're paying them to not represent you. From all of our states, they're all
Mm-hmm.
geriatric. I'm not being mean to the old or anything, but
Well, I resemble that remark.
typically, typically the oldest of the generation doesn't represent the upcoming
Yes.
values
And
of
some
a
of those young
nation
folks
state.
don't represent us either now. Let's
Yeah,
be clear. Let's
I'll
be
get with you
clear.
on that.
Yeah.
But in general, it should be our representation should look more like our people.
Right.
Like there should be young people, old people. I'm not saying children should be in Congress. Like, don't confuse my words. I'm saying like there should be people like Ocasio running and involved.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Ocasio, but there should be people her age who are involved who are going to use it as a jumping off point to their rest of their career. Maybe they get involved in lobbying after as an actual career and not being a politician. There's
Right.
other there's things that you could learn from it, or there's things that you could bring to it, and it should be more representative of us, the people,
Right.
considering it is what's supposed to represent us. Our representatives, our senators, they're supposed to be the point that makes us a union,
Mm-hmm.
that unites the ideas of one single state for the federal's goals and obligations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what's happening. It's the federal's goals and obligations being pushed onto the states by
And it's
not
been
just
that
the
way for a
federal.
while. That's
Yeah.
It's been that way for a long time now. We've
So
sort of
like
when
40
I
to
say
50
we, yeah,
years,
yeah.
because
When
the
I
same people have been in power for 40 years.
yes, yes,
That's why,
absolutely.
you
And
know,
And when we say we, it doesn't necessarily mean all of us, because all of us have our own viewpoints. Each one who's speaking here today has, we may agree on some things and we may disagree on other things, but at least we're willing to come to the table and go, hey, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we could do to improve this. And at the same time, we are in real time looking at all announced today in the past 24 hours, just in the past 24 hours. Again, we got all this military presence, and yet Biden's pulling out of the rehearsal. Biden's not going to have the train thing. It's like, why not? We're not being told why not. It's just happening, and we need to accept that. And I'm tired of accepting what's being told without doing my own investigation. That's why I'm here on this platform. That's why I share with folks the news and call it the Night Owl News.
Yeah.
We are all in some way responsible for doing our own digging to go and see what's fact, what's fiction. Or you can take that little blue pill and just go, I don't care. It's like you have a choice.
Yeah.
But once you wake up, you cannot go back to sleep no matter how hard you try. You can take a week off and go, you know what? I'm just tired. But then you're not really taking a week off because you're looking at things with your head tilted going, that doesn't sound right. Maybe we need to look into this. And then you're back on the platform again, going and sharing links and sharing memes and sharing information with each other and with other people.
Miss B, I'm not disparaging the wisdom of the old people, by the way, of any age. It's about the fact that our representation should represent the people in which they represent. And I'm like, a black community should probably have a black leader. Like, if there's a primarily black community, it would make sense that they would probably have a black leader. Just like if there was a community in Silicon Valley that is mainly young people who are there, they probably have a governor that's pretty young, or should, because it would represent their values and the ideas of the area. And if we could focus on representing the actual people that they're supposed to represent, rather than representing political affiliations or lobbying groups, they'll get a lot more done. The wisdom of old people, though, is something that is lost on the young. And
Trump's Facebook is back online. Ooh.
no way.
Interesting.
Facebook's trying to keep their stock price up.
Yeah. They learned from watching. Let's see, how many billions did
Believe.
old
Twitter and Facebook. Oh, lovely. You got to hit them where it hurts. People don't realize that they have to vote with their wallets.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It's just amazing. I can't. It's like, I think that night, I said something about that. I'm like, that's the most stupidest business move you could ever make. I mean, think about this. You've got, at the time, I think it was 88.8 million followers, or somewhere around those lines, that were following.
Everyone who voted for him, you mean?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, that too. But that were following him. A lot of people only came to Twitter because of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like,
he was my first
follow.
Follow, yep.
That's a good thing. It's one of those things where you're sitting, like I said, I was sitting here and I'm going, they're going to lose a lot of money by doing that, just because I know that a lot of people were taken out when they were furious and started posting on Twitter, saying how furious they were that they they banned the president of the United States. It's like,
Imagine how many followers he would have if they didn't ban all his followers too.
Right.
yes, yeah, I hear you. Or how many were there but disappear as soon as you hit that follow button. I've recorded that. You follow somebody and then all of a sudden it goes, wait a minute, I just hit that button. Let me hit it again. Do it 3, 4 times. It's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I follow this person? They're not deleted. They're not banned. Oh, maybe it was a shadow. I don't know. But it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. All right. Did anybody hear from Jim? I don't see him in here.
He could
I
be
reached
busy.
out. He didn't answer.
Okay. Well, he knows his people. Will definitely step up and step out and speak out. And I thank you guys so much for being a part of the conversation today. And before we get out of here, I want you to go and talk about what it is that you do. One, with speech. And Ninja, you are just a warrior, man. You are an absolute warrior. Not
Oh.
warrior like warrior with an A. I'm from North Carolina. We can't make the difference. I can't say water either. So there you go.
Water.
If you can't make fun of yourself, you can't make fun of anybody else. So I'm making fun of myself right now on that one.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you guys for keeping up with everything and keeping keeping on. Really, it's a much needed thing for
Morale.
morale.
Yes. Yeah.
They want us down in the dumps. They want us breaking up with each other, whatever you want to call it. They want us infighting. They want, us to give up on the 20th. Little do they know.
Yeah.
Little do they know. It has just begun, like Trump said in his speech. This is just the beginning, He's been telling us the best is yet to come for a while. And I know we all thought he was going to be here next term, but, maybe there's something else in the works that needs to happen before his next term or the next People's Party candidate, whoever it may be.
Mm.
Just a thought.
Yeah,
Go
a lot
ahead.
could happen.
Exactly. Baby Fizz, go ahead and explain how people can go and get the news.
Okay,
From you?
follow us on Twitter until we are gone at ABCU_8. You could find us on 8kun. Currently, they are avoiding deplatforming. Go to the Onion link /ABCU. If you can't find it, reach out to me or I'll update it on our Twitter so it takes you directly to the Onion link to make it easier due to current circumstances. You can find our website at abcu8.co. We publish articles when they're available. We're not here to break news for you. We're here to discuss news. There's people who get paid big bucks to be breaking news, but we do discuss things. Join us on the forums. We love to hear what you have to say. We'll publish just about anything anyone writes as long as it's not defamatory. And yeah, I'll be back on Twitter at some point. I won't give out my handle immediately, but you guys will find out. I'm just waiting on my ban appeal. If you wanted to follow me, it was at Babyfist. Hopefully I get that account back. That account's from 2008.
Wow.
So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Our Discord is down. So no more Discord for ABCU. Find us on send a DM into our Twitter handle. I'll give you our IRC chat, or reach out to me on Jammy ABCU. That's about it. You can reach me on many platforms. It's usually ABCU or Baby Fist. But I appreciate everyone. I appreciate you, Dee, for inviting me on. It's always a pleasure to see you guys.
Thank you so much. And Orlando, your turn.
All right. Well, uh, hello, family. I like to say, can I say some thank yous to a couple of people?
Yes.
Yeah. I like to thank my parents for this whole time. Nobody has stopped talking to me. Okay.
Mhm.
They still, I could send them texts. We don't necessarily talk about these exact things here, but I think I'm blessed because I've heard stories from other people about the communication between families and friends. uh, Facebook friends. I was in the Marines, so some of them were in the Marines. We're still friends there. I want to thank all of them. If you guys are watching, I want to thank you for that we're still friends. And what else? If you want to follow me, I have uh, username is tiresome cash on a lot of platforms, and you could go to my USBs on Instagram, USBs Inc., and you could check that out. Ms. D, thank you for having me on. I really like being on these shows. I mean, you guys should try it. Anybody that's listening, go out there and try it. Ninja I think it was the first show that I jumped on with him, and
Mhm.
but yeah, thanks.
All right, Ninja, your turn. How can people see what you're doing online?
Well, first off, I like to thank all of you for keeping up with everything, and I'll have several accounts. If I have to pop up again, I will. But for now, wherever you see justice, you'll find me. You know.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love his videos. And you can find him on tour3.com under Ninja Stunts as well, correct?
Correct.
So make sure to watch one of his shows because they are always quite interesting. And as for me, I'm going to wrap us up in prayer, okay?
All right.
Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another afternoon of being able to speak the truth to others, with each other, and share with others exactly what is touched on our hearts to be able to say with godly discernment. Father, I thank you and I ask a hedge of protection over all of my friends that are online and in real time, Father God. And I also ask a hedge of protection and I pray Psalms 91 over each and every one of you who are listening to the sound of our voices, and also our friend Jim, many people that remain nameless behind the scenes, and especially for our leaders in our communities, Father God. And no matter what happens over the next week or so, Father God, let us continue to go and focus on you and trust you in this time. And I ask this all in your Heavenly Son's name. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen and amen.
Amen.
Guys, I love you. And I love you guys too. Remember, God loves you, okay? Because, man, without Him, we can't make it. I'm just saying. And I want to show this little screen here so that we can go and sign off. But I do want to go and say, guys, that you guys are so important in my life. You're my family. Each and every one of you are my family. Whether you be one that talks in the chat or whether you be a lurker who's seeing what's going on but not going and saying anything. Love y'all. Mwah.